Okay guys, next, the string class. Actually, we are going to talk about only the basics for now, because it's quite a big topic. So let's move on. What is a string class? Before we start, quick explanation about what is a class. For now, you need to know classes are components that build the programs. That's all for now, okay? And that concept I'll explain in detail later. Okay, let's go back to the question. What is a string class? Previously, we were talking about simple types, but today we are going to get familiar with the first complex type, the string. So, the string is a complex type implemented in Java by default. And what you need to know is that knowing this type is crucial in learning programming. Okay, but for what is it used? Simply, that kind of variable can store and manipulate the text value. Okay, let's move to the syntax. The syntax is the same as for simple variable. There's nothing more. The second thing, question marks. We need to remember when we put the value, the text, we need to round it by quotation marks. Okay, next, example. First of all, string, it's our type. Then we've got the name of our variable, assignment mark, and value between quotation marks. And of course, in the end, we need to remember about semicolon. That's all. Let's move on to the practice. Okay, let's use the example from presentation. There was a string, name, assignment marks, and value between quotation marks, Tom, and semicolon. Let's print it out, cout, name. We can add some text also. Let's say hello. Okay, it should work. Hello Tom. Okay, that's cool. We've got this. Okay, what next? String class offers a lot of useful methods to edit a text, to modify it. What is a method? I will discover in detail in another video. Okay, but for now, it's enough to know that methods are simple instructions to help you edit the text. That's all. When you put the dot after the name of your variable, for us it's a name. Name is the name of our variable, so a little confusing, but let's write it down and put the dot. We see the list of available methods. Okay, so we've got here formatted, split, equals, char, get bytes, what else, to lowerCase, to upperCase, split, replace all, replace, and many more. So for now, let's use a few of them and see how they work. Okay, first of all, maybe let's start with concatenation. What is concatenation? Concatenation means to joining strings, right? We have a few variables in string type, and you can concatenate them that create one text. Okay, so let me write concatenation. And we have two ways to achieve that. First of all, it's not a method from string, but it's a sort of shortcut. Okay, we use it by plus sign. We use it a lot already, so it's a natural. So I create next variable to show you that. Let's say string name and Tom Cruise. Okay, that's cool. We've got second, and you want to concatenate the name and the surname into one variable. So I create the next variable which collect the result, string data equals name plus it's our concatenation sign, right? and surname, our second variable. And let's try to print it out. Let's pass the argument data and run it. Okay, definitely we've got the correct result, but here's the mistake, small mistake. We should have some space between a name and surname, right? So we can put it by adding a simple space, right? Quotation mark, space, and second plus sign. And that should work. Let's check it. Okay, great. We've got this. This is how it exactly should work. And now let's move to the second option when we use the method from the string. Okay, that was the first option. First one. Okay, and we've got the second option, how to achieve the concatenation by concat method from string class. Okay, let's create new variables to that to see the difference. Okay, I copy the name, change a little bit, provide let's say Cameron, and the same with surname, to and Diaz, right, and the data, of course, and here is the magic. Okay, we want to use the concat method from string class. Let's say name dot, and we've got, you should find here on the list the concat method from, for me is the first option, concat, and between brackets we need to provide a type string variable. We've got the surname to copy paste. Remember please about semicolon that, and let's print it out. Let's see how it works. Oh, update the argument, right? And let's run it. Okay, definitely we've got Cameron Diaz, but also we need a space between name and surname, right? So another way how to achieve that, we can add some space in the end of the name, right over here, and that should work. Let's see. That's okay. We can delete here and add the space on the front of the surname. It should work too, the same result, so that's the ways. Okay, that was the second way with concatenation. That is really useful and very often used feature. Now you would ask, is there any difference between those two ways? Of course it is, but for now I guess it's too early to dip into this, so I go back to this later. Okay, what's next? Let's use two methods that help us convert the text, the string, into lower or uppercase. Okay, so let's use the name variable and convert it first of all to uppercase letters. Okay, so first of all, uppercase method, and create new variable, string name up, assignment mark, and name dot to uppercase. Okay, to uppercase, we've got this, and what next? Let's print it out and see the result maybe. Okay, let's copy the new variable and run it. Should work, I guess. Okay, great. We've got the Tom in uppercase letter. So next, the lowercase, right? So I just copy this all, paste it below. Let's provide some updates. Lower, low, and here we need to use to lowerCase and update, of course, the variable. Okay, that's all. Let's run it and see the result. And we've got in lowerCase. Okay, great. One more thing to be proper in comment. I should put here to lowerCase and here to upperCase, because these are the methods, right? Okay, that's okay now. Okay, let's move on to the next method. Let's say replace. Replace, simply replace the old character or string into the new one. We've got two options, two methods that do the same. And let's create new variable, string replaced, and maybe let's use now name2, and maybe I show you replace. Like I mentioned, there's two options that do the same. First of all, use a single characters, and second, use a string char sequence. The other way saying. Okay, let's use the first one, single character. So we need to provide a single quote. Let's say we want to replace R from Cameron into, let's say, upperCase F, and print it out. Cout replaced, and let's run it. Okay, we've got the result, that's fine. And the second, like I mentioned, we can provide a sequence of chars. It's called string simply. So we need to provide standard quotation marks, and let's say ERO into what? I don't know, maybe FYU. Okay, we've got this, as you see. So this is how this method works, and that's really useful and simple. Of course, we've got here another options, right? Replace all, and we need to provide some regular expression, or we want to just replace the first option, and here we need to, of course, provide some regular expression too. So that's two other options you can use. Okay, next method, let's say length. Length simply returns the number of characters from the string, right? So it's a number. So let's prepare for it the integer variable, int len assignment marks, and for this example, let's use maybe surname this time. Length, and print it out. Okay, let's run it and check the results. Now we've got 6. Let's check. Surname is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. Okay, next method, startWith. StartWith method checks if the string starts with a certain prefix and return true or false. So it's a Boolean type. So let's prepare the variable for this. boolean start assignment mark, and for this example let's use again surname startWith, and let's provide here CR. It's a cruise, right, surname. And why we've got here the highlight? Because for ID it's obvious that surname always starts with CR, right? So that's why I've got information here. Result of surname starts with CR is always true. That's pretty obvious. That's why we've got the highlight here. Okay, let's print it out. Cout and run it. Okay, it's true, that's correct. Let's provide another argument. I changed the name and provide something else here like RI. It's 2 here. Oh no, let's duplicate, and here 2 and 2. Okay, and check it again. We've got the false. That's correct. Okay, next function, next method, equals simply equal to strings, right? So this is pretty obvious and useful. And return simply true or false. So let's prepare the variable for that. Boolean q name, this time equals, let's say, name2, and print it out. Okay, let's prepare the second option, because we know that here we've got the, of course, false, right? So let's prepare second approach, and here put Tom, right? Here we've got under name we've got the Tom, right? And here as an argument let's provide Tom as well, right, to see the result. I duplicate the line and provide a second variable. Okay, let's print it out and see the results. As you see, for the first option we've got the false, and for second true. That's correct. Okay, to understand next method, you need to know idea of indexing in strings. Let me explain that. Each string consists of characters. That's nothing new. But important is to know each character has own assigned index in that string. What is an index? Index is an ordinal number, so it's an integer type. So that's all. And now, in each string, the indexing always starts from 0 and is numbered up to last character. Let's see that on the example. Okay, for instance, let's use index and name2. Name2 is Cameron, right? From here, let's put it here. I make a space between each character. It will be more readable. And according to definition, always start indexing from 0. So first character corresponds to 0. C is under 0. Then A is under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's pretty obvious concept, pretty simple. It's the same for each other string. Let's make another example. Index name. name. Name we've got Tom, as you remember, and here 0, 1, 2. 40 is 0, 01, M2. That's pretty obvious. Okay, now is the time to get familiar with next method. It's indexOf. InDexOf simply returns the number, the index of a certain character or a string, right? So it's a number. Let's prepare int variable for that. idx 0, let's say, and here name 2. Let's use indexOf and provide, we want to find a and print it out, cout and run it. Okay, we've got the result idx01. That's correct. A is under first index, so that's true. Let's see another examples. Like prepare next variables to, and let's find, let's say on, right, just here, so we can provide string also, not only the character. Maybe I change here for only one character, right? So that's okay, and that's okay too. Maybe let's provide something that doesn't occur in the string, like rt, for instance, and let's try to print it out. Okay, here 1, 1, 2, and 2. Okay, that's okay. Let's run it. Okay, so for idx1 we've got 5. That's correct. O is under 5, so that's the beginning of that string, right? The 5. What next? rt, the string which doesn't occur in that string. So we've got a result -1. That's the result by default, so this is what the method returns. Okay, last highly significant method, substring. Just return the substring from certain string, right? That's pretty simple, and is based on indexes, right? So let's use it. Prepare string variable sub0. Let's use maybe this time surname Cruz. Yeah, copy this and put it here. Surname dot and substring, and we've got two options. First of all, where we want to start, begin index, right? And everything after begin index will be returned. And the second option, we define begin index and end index, and this end index it won't be returned, so please remember that. Let's use maybe first option at first, and what we want to return, let's say second index and cout sub0 plus sub0. Let's launch this. And we've got from the second option, right, 0, 1, and U is the second character. So from here the method started. Okay, the second option, we've got the beginning and the end. Let's say, let's start from 1 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. Okay, and let's check this out. Second and second. Okay, so without S, right? That's true. RUI, RUI. Oh, right. From first to fourth, but without fourth character, right? So please remember that. So this is how it works. And that's pretty all, I guess, about the basics of the string class.